And Jessica, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. My CAP project was updating the brochures for Learn the Signs, Act Early campaign from the CDC, and I'm updating it specifically for CAPTAIN. So CAPTAIN stands for the California Autism Professional Training and Information Network. And I would especially like to thank my mentor, my LEN mentor, Dr. Jessica Sir-Heinrich, for her help with this project. Next slide, please. So the community need for this program is that early identification and early intervention are vital in the assistance of identifying young children that might be on the autism spectrum or at risk for developing other developmental delays. The CDC launched the Learn the Signs, Act Early campaign in 2004 to increase awareness of children that might be at risk for developmental delays of autism, as well as other developmental delays. The CDC recently updated the developmental guidelines for children birth to age 5 with a greater focus on developmental delays in language and social skills. So really trying to target and be proactive in identifying children that might be at risk for autism at an earlier age. And this led for the need for CAPTAIN to be able to disseminate updated milestone brochures to their 17 cadre groups or regions throughout the state of California and to people in the community. Next slide. So my project has been taking on the task of updating all of the English and Spanish Learn the Signs Act Early brochures, specifically for the CAPTAIN program. I am proud to say, as of last night, I finished updating all of them. So I've done all of them. So 17 times 2 would be, what, 34 of them that I did. And then the goal is for CAPTAIN to be able to have all of these brochures updated and printed for their big annual meeting in the fall so that they can give them out to the cadre members, and as well as being able to have the brochures available online for cadre members to be able to access and share with families, as well as people within the community that access the CAPTAIN website, for them to be able to view the brochures or be able to use them. And then I have been working with fellow LEN trainee Tana Holt on this project, as well as another LEN trainee from the UC Davis LEN program. Okay, and next slide. So the products that we have is that we had a template that is from the CDC directly, and then Tana was able to get it to where it was able to be, we were able to update it and put in the information that we needed. So the first image is the one that Tana was able to put in the CAPTAIN's logo and their website and information. And then the second one is, these are all the milestones that are from the CDC, which shows from birth to age 5, the information that is on there. So there are 17 cadre catchment areas or regions for CAPTAIN throughout the state of California. The cadres are made up of primarily regional centers, as well as family support agencies, SELPAs or special education local area plans, as well as members from higher education and academic institutions. And as I said, these were all in Spanish and English. The CDC does have some other ones that are in other languages, and I think that is maybe, Tana and I did have a meeting with someone else. They were looking at possibly translating it to other languages, but that's a bigger project that we'll see what happens in the future with that. And so what we've done is we have been contacting all of the leads in each of the catchment areas and making sure that all of the information is current and up to date, and so that that can be available for everybody. And then it has all of, you can't see because it's very tiny. And some of these were very, very frustrating to try to get all of the information on there, because there was a lot of information for regional centers as well as for all the SELPAs. And so but each one has the agency name, as well as maybe a possible address, and then a phone number, and then a website, which then Tana is going back in and then adding them so that people could directly click on the links and be sent to those websites, which would be very helpful for families. Okay, and then next slide. And then the implications for this project is that early identification and early intervention are important to providing families and children the best chances to access the necessary services that could assist with the child's development. And early identification and early intervention helps families with what can be an overwhelming time in their lives by providing more direction and support as they navigate through this new part of their child's life. And then the availability of updated brochures allows community providers access to, it allows them to have updated, I have to slow down for a second. The availability of updated brochures allows community providers access to updated information to disseminate, as well as the opportunity to discuss developmental concerns with families. And the most importantly, it provides updated information for families to be able to discuss with a professional about concerns that they might have about their child's development. And this is the goal, is trying to get families to discuss more openly with their doctors about concerns that they have at earlier stages of their child's development. And especially as we know, pediatricians have a very limited amount of time to discuss with families and might not be able to capture all the concerns that a family has in those short visits. So this is one way to really trigger, hopefully, those conversations to get children help in an earlier time period. So in conclusion, I would just like to thank my committee members, which was Dr. Rigby and Dr. Chabowski, as well as Dr. Sir Heinrich, who was a big help, and then of course Tana, who was a big help, and letting me learn a new skill of learning how to use Adobe. And it got easier over time, but it was definitely a new skill to learn, and very interesting. And I was very happy to be able to get them all accomplished in the time period set aside. And then Tana can change anything stylistically, but they are good to go for captain in the near future. So I'm very happy to have gotten them all completed in the time. So thank you.